Hello everyone! Welcome to this match between Vietnam and Taiwan on the 4-digit Mania World Cup finals round. So we're going to be having a Seed 1 versus Seed 3 match, going to see who's going to be punching their ticket to the Grand Finals round, in the winner's bracket at the very least. I'm Bulma Gamer PH76, also known as Hello Vascaels, and joining me on the commentary booth is going to be Nightcore. Hello, how are you doing today?
Good morning. What a match we're going to be seeing today. Seed 1 versus Seed 3. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were looking forward to this matchup, especially this late in game, where it's a ticket basically to the Grand Finals right now.
I mean, yeah, these two teams, they've proven that they've really deserved this spot. They've outdone their teams in the semifinals round. Vietnam beating out Philippines 6-1. As for Taiwan, I'm not sure if it was 6-2 or 6-3, but it is around there. So it's definitely still a convincing win. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on how these two teams are going to fare against each other, really?
Well, judging off by their overall performances, I think it's going to be a well-balanced match, honestly, just due to their seeding placements from their previous matches. And also, as you were saying from before as well, about, I think Taiwan did beat Malaysia 6-3, if I'm correct. Let me just check again.
That is indeed 6-3. I already checked.
Alright, perfect.
So there is... Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, definitely going to be a balanced matchup. I think we're going to see an interesting variety of matches, especially how balanced these teams are. It might be a bit interesting to see some SV picks, considering... Actually, I have no idea. I just have no idea for this match. Do you have any predictions yourself, actually?
It's honestly hard to judge because these two teams are, like what you said, they are very well rounded. But I think there are some glaring issues for a few parts. I would say, well, Taiwan seems to be a little bit concerning when it comes to the consistency aspect. So I'm looking at the meant to be. This is the speed tech that Taiwan lost the point to against Malaysia. Malaysia being a team that sort of fell off really hard on the later stages kind of makes you wonder, how did Taiwan lose a point like that, even if their accuracy was much superior. It was really that consistency aspect. Diablo Rex had 7 misses on that. And as for another pick, I think it's Ichirin. This is on hybrid, if I'm not mistaken. We're seeing the same issue again, where the act was really in favor of Taiwan, but once again, they just couldn't deliver. And as for Vietnam, it's hard to really say what they're going to be struggling in. But I would say Ellen's might actually be a little bit concerning, considering that Philippines sort of struggled on the consistency aspect already, starting semifinals, and there were already a few parts where you could see Vietnam almost lost a few more points than they should have, really. But that's really about it. Other than that, it's gonna be hard to predict who is going to win on each map.
All I'll just say, it's definitely going to be a consistency game. Especially when you're at the later point of these maps, it's a lot easier. Kind of just the nerves are rising. You know, you're far in from the map. You're far now in the tournament. You know, you're facing some of the best teams right now. You know, everything's kind of on pressure on you right now.
I mean, of course, the pressure is certainly there, but luckily these two teams are already secured or guaranteed off a top 3 spot. That being said, I'm sure no one would want to give up an opportunity for top 2 and also securing their position on the grand final stage. I mean, yeah, they will both make grand finals, but like the final match, it just really feels different actually playing on that stage.
Yeah, definitely. And we are now going into warm-ups, which the first warm-up is going to be Ange de Blanquer. I'm pretty sure this got ranked recently as well, if I'm not mistaken. And actually, can I just add on this second?
I've never seen. Yeah? Wait a minute. I just noticed that right now. This has to be co-op. Wait, no, Diablo Rex is also on co-op, right? This has to be co-op.
Yeah, it is co-op. But I'm just looking at Sakura now, running hidden and no fail as well.
I mean, if you think about it, no fail really does nothing other than guaranteeing that even if you fail at some point, it will still count your score, which is fine. It doesn't really affect anything. In fact, it's actually permitted on matches for you to have no fail on.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask about that. It could be useful, but like, not really as useful, especially, I guess, nah, I can't really say much. Unless, like, the worst happens.
You know, looking at this right now, and seeing that Vietnam is sort of already in a disadvantage, huh? Like, I know it's warm-up and this is not indicative of something really, but it just makes you think, could this be something that Taiwan might notice early on and see, wait a second, could this be something we could exploit? To be fair, that miss from Slurp the Fury just cancels everything out, because like, if you miss on this section, it doesn't really matter. Like, I know this is on purpose, like, you saw them pressing all 4 buttons at the same time. Is that really gonna matter in the long run? I guess it's just really for fun and all that, but consistency is still my biggest question here. Like, you can see Taiwan is clearly very consistent with those trills, and even on these jacks, where you see Vietnam having 1 miss, not a good sign. 2 actually.
Yeah. Although Sakulan is kind of finding a few drops here, but looking now, Taiwan still has 2 full combos comparing to Vietnam only 1 right now. Again, as you said, it is only warm-ups, so you can't really judge everything off warm-ups right now. But I don't really But I don't really know what else. But we are now approaching the last drop, which I think it is. I have played this map, and I do think it is more of what we saw in the first drop, but maybe with a couple of denser LNs, really.
Yeah, I mean, that is a fair assessment. But now we're seeing a mix of short and longer LNs, which is sort of like a handstream pattern right now. And I think part of why Vietnam has the lead right now is because of Sakura Land's setup right now, which is going to lead them to 98.8, 98.6 already. So I'm pretty sure no one would do this mid-match, right? I don't even know if this is allowed. Like, I don't even think co-op is allowed in any of the matches for 40M.
Wait, I just realized Rixie Zuna just had a massive drop near the end. I just realized.
Probably
That,
just release the keyboard. Yeah, I mean, it
yeah,
happens. It's just a warm-up, so it doesn't really matter.
yeah.
Ray Zuna sort of really suffered on that ending, but again, doesn't matter. Well, it's only warm-up. Huh.
I
So,
think.
warm-up phase is now done. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so as you were just saying that the warm-up phase is now done, so it does look like we are going to be getting into rolls. And if I'm going to predict rolls, it's going to be 63 and 89.
Nah, I predict we're to see 55, and then we're seeing 43. That's gonna be my predictions.
Do you have any predictions for the protects and bans as well?
Okay, so we're looking for protection bands. It's honestly a little bit hard. Okay, let me look into this a little bit. Okay, if I were to pick a map for Taiwan to protect, maybe. Aha, this is so hard to pick. Maybe something like. Well, definitely not SV. Okay, 79 is one of the rolls. That's a very high roll. I don't know. Maybe Rice. Maybe Rice 3 actually. What do you think? I think it's gonna be Melancholy. What do you think will Taiwan protect?
I definitely do think as well they will probably protect the rice. Maybe maybe Taiwan protect. Maybe they might go for one of the earlier rice, but I'm not really too sure. Again, like if I was Taiwan in this situation, I might go towards banning one of the LNs or hybrids as well. But what do you think?
LNs and hybrids. I'm just thinking. I don't know. It's super risky because you don't want to go into LN territory right now. When I'm checking the sheet for statistics, and Vietnam has like some of the higher scores on LN. So we're looking at LN 3, which is Giant Steps. Vietnam has the best score. Taiwan's second actually, but LN 4, Taiwan actually is the #1 team in there. So it just makes you wonder. Maybe they can go for a long note pick. Okay, so it's 61 and 79. Didn't you say 62 a while ago, Nightcore?
I think I did, or was that 63? I don't remember.
Okay. Still very close, Your rolls were 62 and 80 whatever, which is actually really close. But okay. I think Vietnam protects an SV, actually. Because I think their SV score is actually really good, yeah. #1 on the SV out of 12. Still a very good performance. I would say Vietnam protects SV. I really think they have to protect SV. Either that, or maybe one of the Rices. I really think Vietnam is one of the best Rice teams left. However, among the top Rice heavy teams, they fall a little bit short of Italy in my opinion. But luckily they're facing Taiwan, who has shown some signs of falling off. Not really falling off, more like losing consistency. But okay. Taiwan has to protect Rice 3. Oh, Hybrid 2! Okay. Why are you protecting Hybrid 2?
It's definitely
Because Yeah, look, Vietnam is one of the top scores in a hybrid, so it's a little bit of a weird attack in my opinion. But if they're comfortable, I guess it works.
Yeah, and it does look like you were correct. Vietnam is going to protect one of the SVs. So if I was Taiwan actually right now for the bans, I would probably I'd probably be going for an SV1 ban potentially. Just so they don't risk kind of running into Vietnam with SV1 as well.
Well, if they ban SV1, well, okay, to be fair, there is a double ban system here. So if, let's say, since this is first to 7, I would believe it's first to 4. I believe it's first to... The team who gets 4 points will be banning another map, because it is first to getting half right. So Vietnam bans Rise 2. This is okay, but I think it's worth to take a gamble against Taiwan's consistency. So this could really backfire. As for Taiwan, they actually probably ban Hybrid or LN. I think they're banning EuroCloud9. That's at least what I think. Because Vietnam's long notes are very good. They're pretty decent if you ask me. So we'll just have to really see.
NeoClone 9 is definitely not a bad shout to ban, especially with kind of the patterns in the maps, especially with some of the jacks as well. Definitely not a friendly map at all, especially for finals.
Well, yeah, they're discussing, which is a fair decision to make, but they gotta do it quick. Because, I mean, we all have our things to do, we all have the time in the world, and there we go, SV1. I mean, this is the disadvantage of teams that have not, like, I'm just gonna assume they aren't this proficient in SV. This is just what I really don't like. Like, SVs should be something that teams might be able to spend a lot of time on, but unfortunately, because of things, they just gotta ban it. I mean, Vietnam has one of the best SV teams in this tournament, so I guess that's fair. But it's a point that I think they really could have used to sort of start things off and take off Vietnam's morale on the SV category.
Yeah, definitely. So, as now we do finish off the protect and ban phase, we are going to be getting into Taiwan's first pick. Now, I have no idea what they could really be going for. I could potentially think they might jump into one of the hybrids, potentially. Maybe Hybrid 1, or if they want, they could probably be going into the Protect already, which could be Hybrid 2. But I'm not really too sure right now. What do you think?
Wait, what were you? Wait, just to be sure we're on the same page. What were we saying again?
I was saying that Taiwan maybe could potentially pick one of the hybrids as their first pick. I was gonna say Hybrid 1, but they could go for the Protect with Hybrid 2, but I'm still not really fully sure. But I was just asking for your opinion on, like, what you think they're gonna be picking first.
I think they're picking the Glorious first. Rise, I think that's Rise 5. Because here's the thing, if you're picking hybrids first, and if Taiwan protected the hybrid, it's gotta be something they're most comfortable with, right? I think it's gonna be a little risky. I mean, of course, any pick right now is risky. But is this really what you'd want to go for? Well, it doesn't look like they're going for anything we suggested. Instead, they're going way off the mark and going for LN1 instead. I was thinking Rice because this is the part of the match where everyone still has a lot of energy. No fatigue is sort of hit yet. Match fatigue is really a different story once it hits. Maybe they're going for LNs because they want to be 100% at their 100% when they're able to play. Because they're probably aware of how good of a team Vietnam is on LNs. This is essentially Taiwan saying that we're better at this. And I think they can really make a statement. But consistency, again, is going to be the question here.
I actually probably should have known that they might have been going for one of the LNs, especially with their LN performance from semi-finals, coming first in LN1 and not be too far off Taiwan in LN3 with not much of a score difference as well overall. But it's definitely interesting. But honestly, I could have seen an earlier LN pick coming.
I'm honestly not sure about this pick because while it is true that they got number one on the finals pool, sorry, on the semifinals LN1, we don't know how Vietnam did on that map. So it's gonna be a big question mark. We see Vietnam having, of course, there's the number one on Giant Steps and then number three on Idola. But those two maps are entirely different from what we're gonna be seeing on LN1. So if you think about it, this is just a gamble, really. But is it a gamble worth taking? That's the question that I really have to get an answer on. Because right now, picking this first, a map where you absolutely don't have any information about Vietnam, but Vietnam has all the information about on you guys. That's a big question mark. First pick for me.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, it just kind of feels like a shot in the dark. And now, as the MP Start command comes out, we'll be kicking off into our first map of the match.
Yeah, I mean, killing rhythm. This is, of course, Island 1. When you're expecting something related to releases. But once again, it's the question of information that's what gets me right now. If you know Vietnam has all the information against you on this pick, on LN1, then would you really want to go for that? Right now, it's sort of, it's actually really close right now. But Diablo Rex finding a few 200s, those releases have been damaging, but Stirp the Furo, that's a massive drop compared to what we saw on Diablo Rex.
Oh, it's going to be traded back as well with Diablo Rex finding another drop again. The lead is very shifting right now. As it goes, like, oh, it was Klein's side actually. I do think Velos did find a drop as well. The lead does slightly favor Vietnam right now, as all of them are back up to the max combo count.
This is because Vietnam's LS Vixile and Razuna have the accuracy advantage. Diablo X finding a much bigger miss. This is exactly why I wasn't sure if this pick was right. But now we're approaching the more dense sections, and you'd assume someone might struggle here, and I think that's why Taiwan selected this. But right now, this pick has not been working for them. Shice and Velocity have been trying to match the other players in Vietnam, but even Stirp the Furo has gained that accuracy back to 99.6. Matching Razuna despite the miss, that is going to be challenging because really all that's left is dense patterns, and density LN is something that Vietnam is pretty good at, it seems.
Now we're just kind of approaching the outro again with kind of more of a more dense section, and with a 17k point difference, will Taiwan have enough time to come back? Well, honestly, all I'll just say now is Taiwan kind of need a miracle right now, but we still have the final quarter of the map right now, and it doesn't really look like anything's going. Oh, and just say this, Driven Furo is going to find another drop near the end, but I do not think that's going to do it, as now we're just approaching the outro of the map. Yep, and it does look like Velos is going to be finding another drop. I think that is going to be sealing the deal, and it is going to give Vietnam a break point right now.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. This was a very unfortunate first point that they lost, and it's a break point as well. If you were to look at the 200 counts of Vietnam, literally single digit 200s for everyone. That is a much better accuracy spread for the entire team in comparison to Taiwan. However, now going for SV2 right off the bat. Of course, you have to summon Tokiyume. Tokiyume is a very good SV player. I'm not surprised to see them in. As for Taiwan, I think we should be seeing Amanohina or maybe and Sakuraland maybe alongside with Diablo Rex, but we'll have to see.
It does look like
yeah. What we're saying?
It does look like they are going to be getting a free player summon, I'm pretty sure. But again, after just that match, that could be a huge problem for Taiwan, as maybe Vietnam could probably take advantage of their performance in the first round.
Okay, so we're seeing Amanohina, Veloci. Not surprised to see Amanohina there. But again, tactical wise, you have to get your best strategy off the bat because you need to get your points. And Vietnam picking SV2 is a way for them to potentially secure or at least have a better chance of getting points. Good strategy, I'd say. Even if SV2 is off the charts for later, at the very least, they're gonna be fighting for a chance at a second point. So we're seeing Sakura Lan, again, not surprised. This was the lineup I was expecting for Taiwan to have. For Vietnam, same actually, like you see Tokiyume and TVS Sorakun. These two players are amazing on the SV regard. Vixile, just a very well-rounded player. So yeah, overall these 6 players, it's really the expected lineup. But we'll have to see who practiced this more, or better yet, who is really just the better SV team. Because I know these two teams have practiced, but SV skill can, at least in my opinion, is measured by how fast you're able to learn a certain map.
Yeah. Again, it's just really going to be coming down to who's practices more again. Just kind of something that is kind of questionable about SV, but it is still in the tournament. But now, as we just get to the start of the map, it's definitely going to be another interesting pick again. I'm going to be expecting some very good scores overall. Sakulan is running no fail. Nothing wrong with that, but kind of raises a slight question towards Taiwan, really.
Well, we'll have to see how this one goes. It could backfire if Taiwan practiced this a lot. Wait, I really hope that's just client, by the way.
Yeah.
What is just going on? All right, there we go. Okay.
I think it's working now.
Okay. There we go. Finally.
A bit weird, but you know.
Alright, so what we're observing here is a difference in the timing. You see a sort of slowdown, but it still goes on and on and on. TVS Sorakun finding a few drops already. Meanwhile, Taiwan clearly has mastered this map faster. In fact, it's really Tokiyume who has the clear advantage over everyone in the lobby, but the backups of Taiwan have been working wonders. Another miss from TVS Sorakun is just gonna increase the lead for Taiwan. Wait, this is very unexpected.
We're getting are we gonna get 2 breakpoints off the bat? As it does seem like it right now. Sakulan is rivaling Vixel. It's just kind of Zarkon just falling behind a bit with the 97, unable to catch up to Amnohira. As we still have. Oh, and Vixel is gonna be is gonna be traded back. Vixel and Sakulan are going to be finding both drops as well. But there is still 2 full combos on the Taiwan team.
Just when I thought Taiwan had it, those misses from Sakura Lan was a little bit too much, and Taiwan's accuracy is also far behind right now. It's mainly also because of look at Tokiyume's accuracy. Clearly 99.64 despite all of those patterns. And I think Sakura Lan's mistakes have been the falling of Taiwan. But you can't really blame them. These patterns, with all of those teleports, these are really difficult. And now Veloci and Amanohina, the only full combos of Taiwan, they have also dropped. And just like that, Vietnam is going to be taking their victory on this map. 3,200s only for Tokiyume, despite all the teleports, stops, and all that. Alright, buddy.
Oh my god. What an entire change of direction, really. 988, especially on a map like that, is definitely scary. Also the only FC in the lobby as well. Very good scores overall from everyone. I wasn't really expecting scores like that, really. But again, Taiwan are going to have to choose wisely now if they want to be able to snag any points back. Which, honestly, after LN, it does kind of raise a question. Do they want to pick any of the other LNs? Or can Vietnam sort of exploit that, really? So honestly, if I was Vietnam, no, not Vietnam, Taiwan, as I was saying before, they could be potentially going for one of the Rise picks, or potentially a hybrid pick, as you did say at the start.
I think I really think Taiwan should not pick Ellen because Killing Rhythm is already sort of representative of what you're seeing on other LNs. I do apologize because I said LN1 you have to expect like releases and all that, but it is a density pick after all. So density is sort of representative of how other LN skill sets would be. I would think LN after LN1 they should absolutely avoid that and go straight to Hybrid 2, their Protect, because they picked out their own Protect. Wait, was SV2 their Protect? It was, right?
Yeah, SB2 was their protect. They picked SB2 as their first pick.
So yeah, I would suggest Taiwan probably picks Hybrid 2. Honestly, Hybrid 4 could also work, considering the structure of everyone, like the structure of how these teams are constructed. I think Obfuscate could actually work very well for Taiwan, but they have to be really careful. Consistency has been my biggest issue. If they can solve that problem within this match, then Obfuscate I think certainly works into their favor. But it's gonna be very risky. Technicality. Okay, no. So they're going for Sound Alchemist. Ooh, okay. But Vietnam's Rice. Huh. Do you think it's good?
I think it's an interesting pick, really. What about you?
This is a very interesting pick, I agree, but really? Sound Alchemist. This pick is very interesting, like we keep saying. But you're really going to be questioning Vietnam's consistency here. But if there isn't really that many opportunities or any options that you'd want to choose, then maybe yeah, go for really the only thing that you think is viable right now.
So it does look like Diabrox is going to be getting subbed in for an era, and Orange Juice is going to be making their debut for this match, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, this is the first time we're seeing Orange Juice. See, the reason why I'm very much unsure about this pick is Vietnam has a lot of consistent players. But the bigger surprising thing is we're not seeing Stirp the Furo here. Stirp the Furo not being present for Vietnam. This is weird because I think Stirp the Furo would like wreck this kind of map. Though, that being said, Orange Juice is also a very good player, so I guess it makes sense. Rezuna is also super consistent, and we know how good Vixel is. So right now, if this is the lineup Vietnam is going to send in for a map like Sound Alchemist, they gotta be very careful. If you know how technical this map is, and 3 minutes of this map is going to be very difficult on the mindset, really. On the mental fatigue.
Easily. It just probably comes out to the team who has a better consistency, really, at the end of the day. So, you know. Yeah. It's really going to be more... Again, 3 minutes is a decently long length for kind of a technical heavy map like this. Especially now coming into the later game, it's definitely going to be consistency, really, which kind of raises the question towards Taiwan, really. Like, do you have the consistency to take this pick, or will it just be another breakpoint for Vietnam? So we'll just see now as we are kicking off into this map right now.
I know Taiwan does not want to let Vietnam take 2 breakpoints, especially this early on. So starting off with some jacks, with this one finger jack, one column jack really, this is going to be very, very difficult to be consistent on. But now we're approaching the area where it's gonna be a lot of rolls and all technicalities put in. Yeah, this part is gonna be is where a lot of factors are going to be put in. Wow, yeah. Look at Taiwan's overall accuracy. Well,
and it's just as he said that. Diablorex finding the first drop of the map, which is unfortunately gonna be hurting their performance right now. Is Orange Juice as well? Just finds a trade back.
That has to be a client. That has to be a client, man.
That has to be client, yeah. Yeah, it was, and you were correct. It is Klein. Again, that is still going to be hurting Taiwan's performance overall this map. As we are getting into kind of slightly later section, as we do get into those long jacks as well. As it seems like every player is fairly comfortable with it.
Honestly, these rolls, I'm not surprised to see Diablo Rex missing, but Vexile finding a drop as well. I honestly think that could hurt, that actually could hurt Vietnam more. But now we're approaching the break section. And personally, playing this map, I've had some troubles hitting the trills at the middle section. So if they're not careful here, they could really find their own mistakes. Lead is sort of shrinking, but Diablo Rex has to start increasing that accuracy, because Taiwan's overall act has really been beating Vietnam in this map. Here we go. Actually, wait, one more section, sorry.
Yep. Hopefully now we don't get any drops at the break. That is gonna be absolutely crucial if that ever does happen. And now here we are kicking back into kind of a lighter jack section before we kick back into the rolls. And we could probably see potential advantage in maybe Taiwan soon, as again they do have the higher overall act with 299.8. Diablo slightly behind a bit with 99.64, but is still rivaling Orange Juice right now.
Ooh, and everyone hit that perfectly, but the slight advantage is actually shrinking. The accuracy has been favoring Taiwan this entire time, but Chais finds a miss. That is gonna be massive. But look at this. This lead is big enough that okay, never mind then. Because right now, I was about to say that if Vietnam finds a mistake, Taiwan could take something, but it does not look like that's gonna happen. Overall act does not matter anymore. If the consistency is not there, Diablo Rex finding 2 misses in a row, I think that's gonna seal the deal, but there's still some time.
Come on, Taiwan. Find that miracle in you. Come on. I don't know.
Still, unfortunately, there is no miracle right now, and it's just gonna lead to another break point for Vietnam. 2967. That's an average of 989 points. Very, very good performance. Vexile with the 1-200. Diablo Rex finding 0 greats. Look at the ratio in Taiwan. Almost 1:10 for everyone here.
Wow. Honestly, like I do see why they did pick it. It did seem like they were confident. Unfortunately, I think it was just the consistency did kind of catch up to them, especially with the 2 full combos on Vietnam's side, and it was just really kind of the ending that kind of pulled Taiwan a bit off there. So yeah, it is fairly unfortunate that they are going to be giving a second breakpoint to Vietnam right now.
Oh, very unfortunate. But we can see that Taiwan actually seems to have the advantage on Rice Act, and I can see why Vietnam banned a Rice pick to start things off.
Yeah, definitely. So it does look like they are going to be jumping into LN2. That's kind of what I was saying from before. Taiwan picking LN1 near the start, sort of just showed Vietnam what Taiwan were capable of with LN. But this is going to be kind of more of the... Well, all I could just say about this map is it's weird. It's an IAL map. Yeah, you definitely know it's going to be more polyrhythmic scatters and everything like that. So it's going to be a very interesting pick. But knowing Vietnam, I do think this might be one of more their comfortable pick. But again, I think anything can happen, especially with Taiwan's performance overall with other LM maps as well. It might just not be more the density side that they're fairly stronger on.
Alright. I think one of the biggest risks about this pick is it's very short, and you know it's a 2L map. A 2L song has a lot of different rhythmic patterns into it, so you're gonna be seeing technicality all over this pick, and that technicality could be make or break really for Vietnam. Also, I forgot to mention, but there is a sort of mapper advantage. I mean, lot is Vietnamese, so This I can see why Vietnam picked this. Never mind.
Mapper bias.
But all jokes aside, we're seeing Hanson for the first time in this match, and I mean, I think this pick could actually really work for Vietnam. All eyes on Ray Zuna in my opinion. Ray Zuna's LNs have been super solid the entire time, and this guy has been super solid in many of their tournament matches. But Taiwan has shown that they can compete on the accuracy side, and if they can continue to show that, then at some point they're gonna be able to sort of really show that they can take a few points and hopefully start a run. But Vietnam right now has been killing it so much that accuracy doesn't matter. Thrown out of the water as their consistency has been so strong right now.
That easily. And as everyone just says, consistency is key. We'll just have to see how consistent Taiwan is on kind of a weird map like this, especially with all the polyrhythms and all the scatters. This map.
That's true. Alright, so we're just gonna be waiting for, we're just waiting for the client to actually go through, right?
Yep. And now we are just kicking off to start the map.
What is this start? This start is so awkward. Like, very, very awkward LN patterns to start. Even if it's just one column, that one column can make you drop so many 200s. And we can see that on Hanson right now. Meanwhile, Vietnam, that consistency, my goodness, still very low 200 count. And this is what's gonna put them ahead if they can continue this.
Wow, it definitely does seem Vietnam are definitely very confident in this pick, especially at 299.8 right now on their team. Kind of everyone in Taiwan slightly falling a bit behind. Shai's still kind of pulling up their performance to try catch up to Vietnam with 9.7 right now. But it does seem like, but I don't think it really does matter a lot, as Vietnam definitely does seem like the stronger team on sort of pick like this, especially the 17k point difference right now with all still 6 full combos on the board, as we are now approaching the backhand of the map.
Man, look at this, a full lobby full combo. It's really on the back of Hanson, but not to mention Shai's and Veloci's accuracies are just not enough to match Vixile and Stirp the Furo. This is when it starts to hit because those mini-jacks are gonna start killing you. Oh, look at, as I say that, that's what I was talking about, Shai's fighting a mistake. The mere fact that 2 misses already brings to a 50,000 point lead? Wait, what are these accuracies? What? You gotta be kidding me, right?
These are 4 digits, by the way. These are actually just 4 digits. 993 on a map like this with a 69 coin. What is that? A V1 double S as well? Oh my god!
Like, something to note is, other than the mere fact that we see 2 993s in this lobby, the mere fact that a team in this tournament can 2970 this map, that's a 990k average. Literally, what is this team doing? What in the world is this? How is this even legal?
These are 4 digits, by the way. 1 200, 9 200s, and a V1 double S as well on the Vietnam team. Honestly, this was definitely a smart pick for them. So now with a 4-0 lead, it does look like Taiwan are going to be getting their second ban. And I won't be surprised if they would be banning another LN map easily. They could potentially be going for near Cloud 9 maybe, as that definitely seems like an awkward map to pick.
I honestly think that performance from Vietnam still shocks me. I can't believe that is possible in a tournament like this. I think Taiwan has to ban an LN. Probably LN3 or LN6 is gonna be the ban. Or LN5. Actually, LN5 is probably the best ban they could have right now.
Yeah, judging by Vietnam's overall performance and their density, I wouldn't be surprised if Taiwan would be potentially banning it. No, it does look like they are going to be banning LN3, which is going to be World's End Loneliest. Not really what I was kind of expecting. I was probably going to expect them to ban one of the later LN maps. But, you know, I guess I kind of know. If they're banning a map like this, I'm pretty sure they'd probably be knowing what they're doing. So it does look like now Taiwan are going to be getting back to their another pick. So if I'm going to assume, they could potentially be going into potentially Rice 3 maybe. They could be going for the Protect as well maybe. They could be picking Hybrid 2. But again, everything there is still really on the board. So I don't really know.
I like how Taiwan has been taking their time to pick right away. Absolutely the right move. I mean, you're just seeing how Vietnam is very powerful right now and trying to find a way out. I think the Glorious has to be something they could pick. Because the Glorious is sort of like Sound Alchemist in the sense that, yeah, there are jacks, but the rolls aren't really that scary in comparison. So I think Rice 5 is their best pick right now.
Yeah, I do think Rice 5 could be on the board as well for potential pick. But again, like you were saying, they're kind of strategizing right now, kind of taking their time to pick. Again, I'm still kind of lost in what they might pick, but if I know what they're not going to pick, it's definitely LN. I won't be surprised if they do go for one of the later Rice maps as well, potentially, as he did say, Rice 5. Though I am thinking maybe Rice 3 could be a potential pick right now. And it does look like they are going to be getting into their Protect, which is going to be Hybrid 2. Which, again, I was kind of predicting that as well, especially kind of this late where you probably would want to be picking your Protect.
I don't know why they predicted this actually. Because, I mean, look, you lost a Rice pick, you lost an LN pick. I mean, I guess it could go into the hybrids. But if we were to look at these statistics here, okay, just looking at it a little bit on the semifinals round, hybrid doesn't have that much information actually. In fact, Taiwan did not play a single hybrid in any of their matches now that I look at it. Okay, never mind, they played hybrid 3, I forgot about that. But they lost hybrid 3. In fact, they're one of the worst scoring teams on hybrid 3. So, this is a big question mark to me. Because Vietnam has the best score in one of these hybrids. So why go for that?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be raising a huge red flag for me, especially right now. But, you know, if they did protect this, they probably must be fairly confident in this pick, despite their performance in the previous hybrid picks as well. As he did say as well, them scoring more the lower scores out of all the other teams in the semifinals as well.
Okay. So we're seeing the same lineup for Taiwan and for Vietnam. I think it's actually the same lineup, Ren. Same lineup as well. Somebody scream. Now the question is, will Taiwan's Protect really be worth it? I have a lot of questions as to why this was their Protect. Like, genuinely not sure what Taiwan is planning right now. But again, if their accuracy is ahead on some maps, like let's say Sound Alchemist, and maybe they are very comfortable here, and I can see why. But again, it's just really a big question. I guess it's just for us to see right now.
Definitely. It does look like the lead is fairly equal right now. Unfortunately, Taiwan's falling a small bit behind, especially with Dalbarax falling into 99.5 now, kind of scratching their way back up though. But again, it is still the start of the match. Anything can really happen, as we don't see any significant accuracy differences right now, as it is very balanced right now. Oh, and it does look like Stripper Hero does find the first drop on the map, giving the lead now to Thailand. Oh, no, not Thailand. Taiwan. Okay.
Well, unfortunately, that was actually a clean miss. Reason why I say unfortunately is because if time passes on, it looks like Vietnam could actually start to inch a little bit. Look at that accuracy from Diablo Rex. It's not as optimal as it could be. It's actually a little bit behind compared to everyone. AC lead goes to Vietnam right now, which is why the lead is so small. And that's why you'd really want a dirty miss from Vietnam if you want a comfortable lead. But nothing's comfortable in this stage anymore. Everything is risky, especially if you're going up against the #1 seed. But wait a second, this could be room for opportunity. But if there's one thing we saw, Ellen seems to be advantageous to Vietnam this entire match.
Yeah, easily. And as Super Deferro does get back into the max combo count again, we do see the lead slightly shifting towards Vietnam again, which it's gonna take a couple of 200 drops potentially for Taiwan to take the comfortable lead back. Oh, and Super Deferro is gonna take another drop. Again, that might do it, as I don't think there's enough time to get back to the max combo count. And it does look like Taiwan are gonna be taking the first point in the match for them.
Very impressive pick. I guess we can see why they chose this. It was a really risky pick, but ultimately it paid off. Accuracy slightly goes towards Vietnam based off the 200 counts. And ratio actually, super good job from Taiwan for picking this and seeing a hole that I was not able to break into. Very good analyzation from Taiwan, and honestly just a good risk to take.
Yeah, as you know, they protected it. They definitely probably had something up in their sleeve, despite all kind of the odds prior to it. But now it is back to Vietnam's pick, and I won't be surprised if they do still get back into the Ellen picks again.
Yeah, I mean, I think Vietnam picks Ellen 5. I keep on saying this, but Ellen 5 really seems to be Vietnam favorite. What is it? Welcome? Is that Welcome to also really a part of this song? I actually got curious.
Yeah. Like, it was a red flag from me at the start, especially with performance, but, you know, again, it was kind of a risk they took and they got it. So, again, I'm definitely thinking Vietnam are going to be picking one of the LN maps. I don't know if they would be going towards, and it does look like as I said, they are going to be getting into LN6. I was going to say that they might have been stingy on picking some of the hybrids, but again, it definitely wouldn't be a bad shout, but they would probably just have to keep on their consistency a bit for hybrid. But Vietnam probably knows what they're doing when they're picking LN6, especially after their performance in LN1 and LN2. So we're just going to really have to see.
Yeah, I think this works very well for Vietnam. Something that I think they should be very comfortable acting, and knowing how Taiwan performs on LNs, this is probably gonna work super well for Vietnam. But don't count out Taiwan yet. They just won a hybrid pick, which was very difficult to be consistent on. Like you saw those mini jacks and all that. And if they're able to take more points like that, then I can see Taiwan making a run. But Vietnam has been just a giant obstacle to them getting points. Like, they've been mad consistent and accurate.
Yeah, and it definitely does seem like they do have the consistency, especially in the LN department, and more of like, as in consistency as in keeping combo, but consistency as in not dropping too many misjudgments as well. So if I'm correct, this is one of the denser maps, right?
Yes, around there, yeah. Like, this is one of the easier LN maps, I'd argue. But it's still LN really, and I just think that picks like this will favor Vietnam a lot. Because of how LN1 went, I think this really goes. This really is a good pick for Vietnam. Probably the best pick right now that they could have made.
Easily. Vietnam kind of showing that they're not really to mess around with, especially with density. So it could be sent to life for them in this map. So yeah, we are now kicking off this map as the MP Star Command has been sent off. And here we go, kicking it off. Just waiting for the client now to sync up, and we be back in business.
Right, 1 minute and 51 seconds. So consistency is gonna be a major factor into here. Like if you make a mistake here, it's just gonna be a lot. Because the thing about shorter maps is there's lesser objects, so more mistakes, lesser opportunity for you to make up for it. And Veloci finding a miss already solidifies my statement, as the lead is already at 6,000 points at the very start. These mini-jacks could make any team struggle if they aren't paying attention, especially if they're sight reading it, but it doesn't look like everyone has sight read this. Looks like everyone's very familiar with it actually.
Accuracy does favor towards Vietnam right now, as everyone on the Taiwan team is falling a bit behind. Shice with the highest accuracy, 99.61, but that is not going to be doing it, as Vietnam have a freeway 99.7 right now. But again, as if you were going to miss in the map, it would easily probably be the start. And as I say that, Dialorex and Shice are going to be finding a two-way drop, and it doesn't look like it was Client as well. I don't know if that's gonna be seeing the deal. Again, as you did say, with a short map like that, it is going to be hard to kind of come back on, especially missing. And as I did say that as well, it does look like Dialorex is going to be finding a second drop, as I did say that, solidifying your point again, and Shice finding another drop again. That might do it, I think, as it doesn't look like Dialorex is finding the consistency right now, falling down to that 99.2. 299.7 still on the Vietnam team with Vixile and Super Furrow still with the 99.7s. I don't think Taiwan are going to have time to catch up, especially this late in the map. And it does look like it is going to give another point to Vietnam right now, with 299.7s on the board as well. Wow.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit too much. This lead, 47,000 points, very dominant win for Vietnam. I really think Taiwan has to pick a rise as soon as possible. Maybe any of the hybrids. I mean, yeah, actually, any of the hybrids is better, because that was like the only category they won in. Though to be fair, their Rise 1 performance was like really good as well. Like if only they had the consistency to back it up, they really could have taken the point there. But now Taiwan has to pick. I think it's gotta be a hybrid, probably hybrid 3 or hybrid 4.
Yeah, it's easily got to be one of the hybrids. Like, if they need points, they would probably need to pick what they're comfortable at, especially hybrid, as you said. It would be kind of questionable to pick anything else, even kind of Rice right now. I'm kind of questioning if they would pick Rice. It definitely does have a shot to pick Rice, but again, I definitely would think they'd be picking one of the hybrids.
Yeah, I mean, hybrid 3 or 4 probably. I think a hybrid 4 might be the way to go. But hybrid 4 has a lot of long notes that are going to be chokeable, so probably hybrid 3 or hybrid 1 is going to be the way that Taiwan's going to go towards.
Yeah. Also, again, 4 digits by the way. Like 2991s on the Vietnam team. Besides your DLN.
Alright, yeah. We're just waiting for Taiwan to make a pick. We're just taking their time. I really think it's gonna be Hybrid 4. Or like I keep saying, maybe Rise 5, really. Just a big maybe.
Rice is still definitely on the board for one of Taiwan's picks. And yeah, you're right. It is going to be Rice 6, which is going to be Anoko Najinta.
Huh. So I guess they're going for the accuracy route and hoping that they're able to beat the consistency. Oh, looks like they hit a mark or something like that.
It doesn't look like Vixel likes this map actually. So, I mean, we could be. I mean, honestly, we'd be potentially seeing a sub for Vixel.
Yeah, but who do you sub Vixel with? Instead, I think they're gonna opt to swap Slurp the Furo with orange juice.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking of orange juice as well. And I don't think it looks like that Taiwan are going to be subbing any players for them. But they could have a potential sub though.
It's gonna be, yes. We're just waiting. I think it's gotta be orange juice, right?
Yeah, I definitely think it's orange juice, especially, yep, especially with their res performance from before. I'm pretty sure. I'm so used to the remix of this map. I actually kinda like the remix of this map. The hand stream one. But this is not hand stream. I don't think so anyways. Again, it is a short map, so consistency is gonna be key. I'm questioning Taiwan a small bit though with this pick. Especially coming up against Vietnam's overall consistency, as they've kind of been on the ball with their consistency right now. But anything can still happen. If Taiwan are picking this, it does seem like they are fairly confident picking this.
Uh-huh. Well, we're just seeing the lineup right now and waiting for everyone to settle down. Yeah, we're just waiting for everyone to settle down. Wait, what's going on?
They did the wrong timer. I think they did MP timer instead of MP start. But just looking now, the proper timer has been set off now. Taiwan need to take a point off this. Otherwise, if it's going to be another breakpoint against them, then it is going to be fairly dangerous, as that will put Vietnam in a match point situation, and it will definitely be, and it will be their pick, which could be a bit dangerous for Taiwan. Vixel and every player in Taiwan, and not Taiwan, Vietnam, having a rough start, especially with Vixel with the early drop as well, which gives the lead slightly to Taiwan right now. But however, Dalboax also finding a rough start, only at the 99 benchmark right now. But Shice holding on to that 99.8 right now.
It's that full combo. That's why Taiwan has the advantage. That one miss from Vixel actually means so much. Even if Diablo Rex has the accuracy disadvantage, and it's by a fair margin. But that being said, if this keeps up for the longevity of this map, this could really swap over. And just like that, this is gonna give Vietnam an advantage. Very scary because there's a lot of mini jacks and bursts and flams here. With these mini jacks, you'd think this is a Vietnam pick. But wait a second, Taiwan keeping up despite those accuracy disparities. Look at Shice right now, that's the reason why it's been so competitive. But accuracy has been falling off for Taiwan so slightly.
Yeah, Dialox finding a couple of 200s, especially now coming up this small end section. Orange Juice is going to be finding another draw. It is getting very close right now. Oh, but Shice training it back, unfortunately. Oh,
but Vixel trades it as well.
Oh my god.
It's a 1v1 now. It's 1v1 now for Reizuna and Veloci. Like what you said, it's an now or never situation. but anyone can miss here. Imagine if anyone misses on this easy section.
Definitely.
No
Alright,
one will for sure. It's
Alright,
alright.
watch. 5, 4, 3, 2. Wait, no, hold on. 3, 2, 1. Okay, never mind. Oh, it does look like
See?
Taiwan are gonna be getting.
Is accuracy. Yeah, they're beating it off the... Wait! Shy's almost getting the V1 double S. For
One?
Veloci with a very... Yeah, Veloci and Raisin are having almost the exact same score if you were to look at the ones at the ratio and the tournament count. Look at Diablo Rex and Orange Juice, Vixile and Shice. They're really matching everyone.
Yeah. Shice also the V on double S, unfortunately finding that 50 and miss. But again, unfortunately it was the drops on Vietnam for the start. But honestly, very good pick from Taiwan. Wasn't really expecting an overall score like that. So now we're back to Vietnam's pick, which again I am probably going to be expecting one of the LNs. I was saying they're going to kind of play a bit safer and maybe picking LN4, really. But honestly, I have a small thought in the back of my mind that they might be going for one of the hybrids. I have no idea why, but I feel like they would pick hybrid 3 for some reason. But I definitely do think they're going to be picking...
Come on, you gotta pick Neurocloud. Yeah, you're right, they could pick hybrid, but they gotta pick Neurocloud 9. I think Neurocloud 9 just really works into Vietnam's favor. Like, you saw how consistent they are in comparison to Taiwan. So I think... Yeah, there we go, finally! Like what I've been saying. Like what I've been saying, this is the map that I think is just really gonna favor Vietnam a lot.
yeah, definitely. Especially with their density consistency as well. I definitely think it is going to be a map that heavily favors Vietnam. So why is it so funny that someone just said pick SV3? But yeah, here we go. What map, honestly, especially for finals, is definitely going to be an interesting map. I'm very interested how Vixel and Stupid Alfaro are going to perform in this map. As especially...
yeah, Nurko and... Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. But anyways, especially just seeing them, especially just hearing on the showcase that this was one of the harder maps to hit 99, which I'm going to be very interested to see how this is going to turn out. Anyways, back to what you were saying.
I just really think this is really going to showcase Vietnam's LN capabilities to the max. Which is why I really think Vietnam picking this is probably the best option right now. Then again, Taiwan has shown some surprises as well, so maybe they could steal something.
Yeah, Taiwan still have a chance, honestly, of snagging Breakpoint. Although it does heavily favor Vietnam, especially with their density, consistency, as we saw before. So now as everyone's ready up, we are now getting into the MP start. That is going to kick off the next map.
And there we go. The moment we've all been waiting for. But man, I really won't be surprised if Taiwan pulls off something. Oh, okay. We're waiting for client to load.
Come on, client. 6.16 stars. Wow. The 3-minute map as well. All the players just really have to be on top of their game. But especially a late pick especially a pick like this fairly late could get a bit of fatigueness in some of the players maybe. Dalarox is resorting to hitting right now, and he is unfortunately going to be finding a rough start. Finding that early drop and falling down to 97, finding a second drop as I do say it. That's what I'm kind of on about. Like, might not be on top of your game, especially this kind of late into the match, which could be small, which could be a strategy inside Vietnam, especially picking kind of a map like this later. They definitely know what they're doing, kind of trying to draw out the fatigueness of Taiwan. But as we do get into it, that actually is kind of fairly weird after the intro. Especially, you can definitely tell how hard this map is, especially with its highest accuracy being 99.6 right now. Unfortunately, Dalarox is going to be falling behind a lot, which is going to be hurting Taiwan's performance. And Vixel does trade it back, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, as Dalarox is going to be finding those chain drops. It's also trading back with Sturpida.
Well, Slurpta finding much more misses. Actually, that's a much dirtier miss in comparison to what Diablorex had. So this could easily fall down, but if Diablorex is not improving their accuracy, they're actually releasing a little bit much earlier than usual. So I can see why they'd use Hidden, because Hidden could allow you to be more consistent. But if you're releasing too early, I don't think it's a good sign. But oh wait, Vietnam! That's a massive drop! But it's always just been cancelled by Diablorex.
Dalarox definitely finding the heavy chain misses right now. But we still have, honestly, we still have two full combos on the Taiwan team with a solid 99.3 from both players there. But I don't know if it's going to be enough really, as Dalarox is sort of just kind of pulling the team score down a bit with the accuracy being that low right now. And as I said, Shice does find the overdrop as well, only leaving one full combo left in the match. It's going to be for the loss. Holding on to that MVP right now with a 99.3. Everyone's just missing right now. And the accuracy is not really getting any higher. Let's see Dalarox falling down to the 96 mark. And it does look like Velas is going to be losing that full combo. No full combo in the map. You can definitely tell how hard this map is.
Yeah, and just like that, that's what I've been saying. Vietnam's Ellens are really going to be showing on a map like this. I'm not surprised. But Veloci actually takes the MVP for the entire lobby. 970k on this. Very solid performance. But honestly, 6-2, this position is not impossible. Not impossible to claw back to, especially considering that there's no more SVs. But Taiwan has to start really considering what they have to go for. Like, I don't know if they should be going for Rice or hybrids. Absolutely avoid Ellens though. Ellens could be the worst pick that they could make right now.
The way I see Taiwan making a comeback from this is snagging a breakpoint off the final LN map, which is going to be LN4, and managing to picking some of the hybrids. I would definitely recommend Taiwan going straight into hybrid. Like, as they did show from the performance in Hybrid 2, that they're well capable enough on facing Vietnam down with hybrid.
Yeah, I think Taiwan has to pick a Rice at this point. Like, they're able to outact them, and now Fatigue is starting to hit Vietnam. Yeah, honestly, you know what? Fatigue is indeed starting to hit Vietnam right now. So I think this is the perfect time to go physical and start going for Rice. Like, they've been still out-acting Vietnam by a slight bit in the Rice pick, so maybe go for that. Honestly, it could work.
Yeah, I definitely think it will be possible for maybe Rice as well. Like, Fatigueness is Fatigue is kicking into most of the players. It's just going to be whether they kick in now. Maybe Rice 4 might not be a bad shout, or Rice 5. Again, Rice 3 is on the board. Or, you know, they could probably go back and maybe play it safe a small bit and maybe go for hybrid. But again, it is not as physical as some of the Rice picks. So we're just really going to have to see.
The hybrid 4, alright. I did say at some point in this match that Obfuscate could probably work for Taiwan. But it's gonna be risky. I mean, to be fair, there isn't really that many options you could go for. So I think Obfuscate could actually work for Taiwan, considering the fatigue and all that. I think they're gonna be putting in Orange Juice. Or maybe Tokiyume, actually. I'm not sure.
It's definitely going to be. It's definitely going to be an interesting pick again. Like I was sort of I wasn't as much expecting Wonder Rices to be picked, but again, I think Taiwan are still probably going to be trying to play the safe game and kind of picking what they are more confident in, which is going to be hybrid.
Oh wait, why is Vixal side reading this? Okay, that is not looking good.
That might raise a small red flag towards Vietnam, which might give the slight advantage to Taiwan. If there's any chance for the comeback, it is now. Oh, it does look like Rasuna's mom is calling him, which might raise a small problem again, kind of stacking up the pile for Vietnam's problems right now.
Though, given by how difficult this map is... Okay, wait. No. Okay, Rizuna is fine. Given how difficult this map is, in terms of really everything, you have some mini jacks, you have Ellen releases, it might sound like a Vietnam favorite pick. But considering how it seems like Vietnam is starting to fall under a curve, I mean, of course, Ellen near Cloud9, like, I already know that Vietnam was gonna win that from the start because Vietnam's Ellen capabilities were just ahead. But looking at it seemed like their PBs were far off what they could do, then shouldn't that raise some concerns as to how they're gonna perform on a pick like this? Then maybe if Taiwan is comfortable enough, they could take it.
Yeah, I definitely think Taiwan will be. It's definitely a comfortable pick for Taiwan, as we don't really see any significant changes. But Vixel, as he said, Vixel cybering this definitely can show, falling a slight bit behind on accuracy. Nothing too significant though, as Shice does find that rough start, falling down to 98, which does give the lead slightly over to Vietnam right now. Again, it is the intro of the map. We aren't really getting into the main course of the map yet. We're still only kind of like the starters right now. So for the map,
Indeed, it is the start. Yeah, go ahead.
sorry, nothing really interesting happening throughout. Pretty much the start. Jupiter Furrow still having MVP match, holding on to that 99.7, which is going to be, which kind of gives Vietnam a small boost. I think Rizuna did fall under with a slight couple of 200s. And while Shice is getting their accuracy back up now to that 99.3, but it does favor Vietnam as their team accuracy is overall greater right now. Especially now as Vixel is climbing back up to that 99.6 range.
Wow, these players, 4-digit by the way, Shai is fighting a miss. That is gonna be unfortunate, but it's on a mini jack. Reizuna fighting a much bigger one actually. That really dropped their accuracy a lot more than it did for Shai's. But it's really starting to give a little bit of lead to Vietnam, but it's shrinking. It's all down to the 1000 range. These LNs, you'd think that would help Vietnam, but the addition of rice patterns is what's giving Taiwan a chance. Still no one missing on those difficult patterns. What are these players doing?
Vixel finding... Oh, it's going to be traded back as well. Vixel and Shry's finding the trade misses. But will it be enough for Taiwan to catch up again? It might, as we do get a double drop as well from Vixel and Rizuna, giving the lead back to Taiwan.
That's a massive mistake on Vietnam's side. Taiwan really hit the mark on Obfuscate very, very good pick from them, and that should do it. Unless there's a massive drop, Veloci and Diablorex clutching up. These FCs, the most important time to get these amazing full combos on Taiwan side, and that's it. They get their third point. Very, very solid full combos. Diablorex getting the MVP on the entire lobby. Veloci also with a very solid full combo. Vietnam's accuracy was actually better, but that was just not gonna be enough to beat a very solid performance from Taiwan. I think fatigue is really starting to get into Vietnam right now, and it's sort of starting to become obvious.
Easily, yeah. Very good overall score performances from both teams. Unfortunately, it was just really the fatigueness, as you said, kind of tying into their consistency. And Vixel, as I think was mentioned before, was sight reading it, which did give a slight disadvantage towards Vietnam. So now it is Vietnam's turn to pick, and I would not be surprised if they did pick LN4. It seems like the pick they would. It seems like they would definitely be picking LN4. Like, there's just no other doubt about it.
Yeah, LN5 is like the only viable choice right now, I think, for Vietnam. Like, you're losing on the hybrids. You are being out-attacked on the Rice. It's really only LN4.
Yeah, again, like, but they're kind of taking their time. Maybe they might strategize something else. Maybe go for maybe going for one of the other Rice picks. But again, like, my money's still on LN4. Yep, and I was correct. They are going to be picking LN4. Which, if Taiwan manages to take breakpoint, it could be a slight bit of trouble for Vietnam, especially with them running out of picks. Vietnam have to win this, basically.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Honestly, if I were to give my opinion on this match, right? I think the reason why Taiwan is in this position right now is because of their biggest mistake on this match was picking LN1. I don't know. That's just how it is for me. Like, if LN1 wasn't their option, their first option opening pick, this could have probably been in a different position. I know it's one pick and it's like unfair for me to just dictate to say that the match is in this position is because of that one decision. But that small and subtle thing could have really been the difference.
Yeah, definitely. Again, I was sort of questioning why they would be picking LN1. Like, I know maybe it was potentially test the waters, but again, like, I would have recommended you done your research prior just to see their overall performance. And it does look like Hansen is going to be subbing in for Diablorex as well, which again we are going to be seeing another performance off them.
We're just waiting for everyone to get ready, really.
Yep, it does look like all the players. Maybe potential stalling. I don't really know. Could be potential stalling just for, I don't know, small bit extra fatigueness. Although not really respecting the full strategy if stalling. But now it looks like everyone is readying up, and it does look like the MP is going to be given out in a second.
I think it's gonna be. This pick really could go to Taiwan right now. Why do I say this? Because again, fatigue has really been the key here. I like though that Taiwan, despite what I said about their first pick not exactly being the best they could have chosen, they really kept their head up high, and it's very commendable to see them still fight and do their best. Because honestly, this pick If Vietnam isn't careful, this could easily slip into Taiwan's hands.
If it does slip into Taiwan's hands, Taiwan could have a huge advantage, especially with no more Ellen picks on the board, as it could definitely be a very good comeback for them. But it does look like it does favor towards Vietnam right now, as Hansen and Velas did just find a couple of 200s just there. Again, kind of having a small rougher start, but nothing too crucial really. Again, it is still anyone's game really, as it is a relatively fair length map. But again, the accuracy on Vietnam, 99.78, 99.75. Shy's trying to hit their best to kind of put up the performance, but I don't know if it's going to be enough or not, as Hansen does go down to that 98 range, and Shy's fighting the first drop of the map. It's definitely going to hurt the performance overall of Taiwan.
That is super unfortunate. Oh, but the client refusing to let us see. Okay, there we go. Finally. Can we please see? Yeah, there we go. Alright, my bad. Finally, okay, we're able to see how the match is going. This Ellen density plus mini jacks, I think, this is really going to benefit Vietnam. And right now, yeah?
I was just saying, I was just going to say there was signs of life in Taiwan again, as the score difference was going to be... Oh, actually, signs of life, maybe, as Serafiro does find the first drop overall on the Vietnamese team. And Vixel finding the second one as well. But is it going to be enough, really? I don't know.
It's not. You need to see another miss from both of them, and also a miss from Ray Zuna for a chance to be shot. Hanson also has to increase that accuracy. I think that's been really a massive differential. If this was like 99.4, I think Taiwan has a shot. But we need to rely on Vietnam finding more misses, and that's not happening right now.
Yeah, the accuracy on Vixel and Super Furo is still too good, really. They've recovered from that max combo mark again, and I don't know if there's enough time for Taiwan to catch up again right now, and there were not, which is just not really going to be signs of life towards Taiwan, unfortunately. And it does look like, as we are closing out this match, it does look like Vietnam are going to be punching their ticket into the Grand Finals winners bracket, as they do get a very comfortable 7-3 sweep. GG's, well played to both teams.
Yeah, that was very amazing from both. I really didn't know what to expect of this match, but that was a very solid performance from everyone, really. You can see Taiwan had many opportunities to take points, break points, really. Hanson doing a really good job on the full combo. Can't really complain about that. Everyone performed really well and showed why they're in finals week. But right now, the winner, waiting on the final spot on the, what do you call this again, on the grand finals, it's going to be Vietnam, deservingly so. They've shown dominance this entire tournament and shown why they're the #1 seed. Absolutely amazing performance.
So it does look like now that Vietnam are going to be punching their way into the grand finals right now, showing off, as you did say, showing off why they were the #1 seed. So they will either be facing, let me just pull up the loser bracket there real quick. So it does look like they will be, so it does look like it's going to be United States versus Italy now, as they will be facing Taiwan, who the winner, I can't even word myself today, is going to be the United States versus Italy in 3 hours, and whoever wins that will be facing Taiwan in the losers bracket grand finals. Stay tuned for that. Actually, I think it's going to be it's going to be an amazing match, especially from both teams, showing why they've gotten that far. So, do you have any words actually about it?
Well, good game well played to Vietnam and Taiwan. They did really good. But now we must wait and see how US and Italy are going to be performing against each other on this finals round. We've seen amazing performances. They've beaten their first opponents in Philippines and Malaysia. Now, it's our time to see who's gonna be securing their final spot on the podium. Thanks so much for having us, Silos, KLs, and Nightcore, into the commentary booth. Thank you as well, Ethan, for the stream, and also Jerwin for the referee, really. And also, most especially, to the players for playing out the match for us, and also to the viewers who came here to watch the stream. We all hope that you enjoyed the match, but don't forget, there's still one happening 3 hours from now. You would not want to miss that. But for now, this is me, Bulma Gamer PH76, also known as LOSKLs, and along with me, Nightcore, signing off.
Yep, thank you all for watching this amazing match, and again, thank you for Ethan there for the stream, thank you for the ref as well, just thank you for everything really. Very, very good match, and thank you all for the players for putting up a very good performance as well. It was definitely a very interesting match to watch, and a very fun match as well. So again, like that, take care everyone.